Imagine waking up every day in a country where you're watched, controlled, and forbidden from ever leaving. This was life in East Germany during the Cold War, where the Berlin Wall didn't just divide a city, it divided families, dreams, and entire lives. But the human spirit, much like life itself, finds a way. This is the story of the wildest escape attempts from East Germany, and what life was like behind the Iron Curtain. The German Democratic Republic, or East Germany, was a land locked in the grip of Soviet control. The wall, erected in 1961, was a weaponized symbol designed to instill fear and discourage any thought of dissent or escape. The Stasi, East Germany's notorious secret police, were everywhere, their presence felt in every corner of society. Their network of informants was vast, infiltrating every level of society, turning neighbor against neighbor. Freedom of speech was non-existent. Criticism of the government was met with swift and brutal retribution. The press was muzzled, serving as a mouthpiece for the state, churning out propaganda. The yearning for consumer goods, readily available in the West, was a constant source of frustration. Despite the constant surveillance and the ever-present threat of the Stasi, the desire for freedom burned brightly in the hearts of many. The stories of those who had made it to the West, whispered in hushed tones, served as beacons of hope. The risks were enormous, but the allure of freedom proved too strong to resist. Tunnels were dug, painstakingly and secretly, inch by inch, beneath the feet of the guards. Hot air balloons were constructed, fueled by dreams of soaring over the wall to freedom. Each escape attempt, successful or not, chipped away at the wall's symbolic power, revealing the vulnerability of a regime that sought to control the very essence of the human spirit. In the heart of Berlin, beneath the feet of unsuspecting guards and the watchful eyes of the Stasi, a daring plan was taking shape. A group of West German students, driven by a desire to help those trapped behind the wall, embarked on a perilous mission to dig a tunnel to freedom. This was Tunnel 57, an ambitious project fraught with danger at every turn. The students, armed with determination, shovels, and a belief in the power of human spirit, toiled tirelessly in the cramped, dark, and dangerous conditions. The air was thick with the smell of damp earth and the constant fear of discovery. Every shovelful of dirt removed brought them closer to their goal, but also increased the risk of being caught. The tunnel, stretching over 140 meters, was a testament to their unwavering commitment. For months, the digging continued. The students faced numerous setbacks, cave-ins, equipment failures, and the ever-present threat of the Stasi. Finally, after months of back-breaking labor, the tunnel was complete. On the night of October 3, 1964, the operation began. One by one, East Germans crawled through the narrow tunnel, their hearts pounding with a mixture of trepidation and exhilaration. Over the course of 2 nights, 57 East Germans escaped through Tunnel 57, their lives forever changed by the bravery and compassion of a group of West German students. High above the Berlin Wall, silhouetted against the night sky, a beacon of hope took flight. 2 families, united by their yearning for freedom, placed their fate in a homemade hot air balloon. The Strelzics and the Wetzels, their lives intertwined by a shared dream, embarked on a daring plan. For months they labored in secret, their attic transformed into a clandestine workshop. They gathered materials, scoured libraries for information on balloon construction, their every move cloaked in secrecy. Bed sheets were sewn together to create the balloon's envelope, a sewing machine becoming an unlikely tool of defiance. Propane tanks, acquired under the pretense of needing them for heating, fueled the burner. The night of their escape arrived, a tapestry of anticipation and anxiety woven into the very fabric of the night. The balloon, christened with the hopes and dreams of 8 souls, rose slowly into the night sky, carrying its precious cargo towards the west. After a tense and perilous journey, the balloon drifted over the wall, landing safely in a farmer's field in West Berlin. The families, their faces etched with relief and elation, had touched down in freedom. Chapter 4. The Tightrope to Freedom, A Daredevil's Escape. The year was 1963. The Berlin Wall, a menacing symbol of division, stood as a seemingly insurmountable barrier. But for Horst Klein, a young East German circus acrobat, the wall was not an obstacle, but a challenge. Klein's plan was as audacious as it was dangerous. He would tightrope his way to freedom, walking a thin cable stretched across the divide. For weeks, Klein trained in secret, honing his skills, his eyes fixed on the distant goal. His escape would take place under the cover of darkness. On the chosen night, his heart pounding with a mixture of fear and excitement, Klein made his move. With the stealth of a seasoned cat burglar, he scaled a building on the eastern side. Taking a deep breath, Klein stepped onto the cable, his world reduced to the narrow path beneath his feet, and the distant lights of West Berlin beckoning him forward. After what felt like an eternity, he reached the other side, collapsing onto the rooftop, his body trembling with exhaustion and relief. He had done it. He had walked a tightrope to freedom. Chapter 5. Iron Curtain, Steel Steeds, Escaping on Wheels. The Iron Curtain, that seemingly impenetrable barrier, was no match for human ingenuity. While some took to the skies or dug beneath the earth, others turned to a more conventional mode of transport, the automobile. Cars became unlikely tools of escape, their metal frames transformed into chariots of liberation. Some cars were modified to create hidden compartments, secret spaces where escapees could be concealed. Others relied on speed and deception. Modified engines roared, pushing vehicles to their limits as they attempted to crash through checkpoints. There were daring dashes across the border in customized sports cars. Families huddled in the cramped confines of tiny cars, their escape disguised as a Sunday drive. Each successful escape was a victory against the odds, a testament to the belief that where there's a will, there's a way. Chapter 6. The Price of Freedom, Tragedies at the Wall. The Berlin Wall, that stark symbol of oppression, cast a long shadow. For every successful escape, there were countless stories of those who never made it to the other side. The wall was a killing zone, a place where desperation met brute force. Border guards patrolled with orders to shoot to kill anyone attempting to cross without authorization. Families were torn apart, their cries of anguish lost in the no-man's land that separated east from west. Young lovers, their hands reaching for each other across the divide, were gunned down. The stories of these tragedies are a stark reminder of the human cost of the Cold War. These tragedies serve as a sobering reminder of the fragility of freedom. The Berlin Wall may be gone, but the scars it left on the landscape and in the hearts of those who lived through those dark days remain. Outro Echoes of Freedom. East Germany was a state of fear, but also of incredible courage. The Berlin Wall in its stark brutality inadvertently revealed the unconquerable nature of the human spirit. From tunnels to tightropes, the people who escaped showed us just how far the human spirit will go when freedom is on the other side. What would you risk for freedom?